John, you are now doing a merger between EcoPack and RandPack.
That's right.
For people who don't even know what that is, can you explain a little?
Okay, EcoPack Industries is a company I started 3 years ago in Seattle, and we make biodegradable and recyclable packing material out of craft paper, which is what your paper bag is made out of at your supermarket. We've enjoyed a pretty good success up to the point that we were poised to, well, we have to go nationwide, we have to go international, and a fellow named Steve Armington in Concord Township, Ohio, owns and runs a company called RandPack Corporation, and they're international, and they're in the same business we're in, and it seemed like a perfect fit. So EcoPack Industries became married to RandPack Corporation last Tuesday. So now RandPack will take over the running and the distributing of EcoPack Industries products.
Can people now achieve, because I guess it was sort of limited where people could buy the material.
Right.
It's now national, or?
Yeah, we'll be dealing through 1,000 distributors all over North America. We'll be set up in Holland pretty soon, the Far East, and Japan. So anybody who's interested in the product should call RandPack, and they're in Concord Township, Ohio.
Now, you've been environmentally conscious for quite a long time.
Right, 1967.
I mean, so a lot of people, was this actually, because some people might get confused, I mean, they might ask, was this something that a lot of people on shares were getting into, but, from seeing 1967, you've probably been in the longest.
Yeah, I think that might be right. Yeah, I started when I realized that a harbor that my grandfather and father were able to swim and fish in was off limits to me because of toxic pollution. The letters I wrote to the congressman came back with answers that it was obviously not only were they not aware of the problem, they really didn't care. So that's what started my anger, that's what started my awareness and my education. And founding EcoPack 3 years gave me a chance to put my money where my mouth was.
Do you find that with all the attention that we've been giving to the environment, that it is improving, that we're starting to make a dent, or are we still just where we started?
Well, we're not where we started because people are becoming aware, and the environmental damage has been caused by, it's been consumer driven. We're the ones who buy all the petrochemically based sprays, the lotions, the potions, the packaging, the fertilizers, pesticides, herbicides. They're all petrochemically based and they're all damaging the environment. We're the ones who started it. We demanded those products because it made our life easier. Well, we find that it hasn't made our life easier. We find that it's going to kill us. So when people become aware of that, then they demand other products in place. There's a company called Shackley that does some wonderfully environmentally sound products with their soaps and cleaners and ointments. But people just have to become aware of that, and organizations like RandPack Corporation out there in Ohio, that there are sound products to replace the bad ones. It's getting better, but our government's doing nothing to help it. As a matter of fact, they're doing a lot more to damage it. I'd like to see them out in the front lawn someday.
What are the big news of the summit? Do you have any hopes? Do you think we're going to come out of it with anything?
You know, again, it's going to be the individual. When the consumer demands rapid transit, when the consumer demands cars that are more efficient or don't even use fossil fuels, when the consumer demands that the ozone depletion has to be addressed, that's when something's going to happen. The government, I don't have any faith in this government. Never had. I knew they were lying from the get-go. And it's obvious that they are, as they're lying about education. So what the summit does do is brings more of awareness. When you get anything on the cover of Time magazine, people look at it and realize, oh, this is an actual issue. It's a lot bigger issue than the Elvis stamp, believe it or not. And this is something that we're with every day of our lives. I challenge anybody to go back to some pristine place they used to go to when they were kids. Go to it now and have a look. Have a look at the treetops and see what damaged industrial pollution and acid rain is done to trees in New England, in Norway. It's incredible. Things are changing. But it's all consumer-based.
Obviously, as a TV actor, and even today, you're doing a satellite so you can reach a lot of people. Do you think that TV is changing, is portraying the environmental issue better than we have in the past? TV is portraying the environmental issue because you have to, because it's such a big issue.
But also there's a danger. It's kind of like when the missing in action in the POWs it was a big issue a few years back, and then they came out with a picture like Rambo taking care of it. People sort of thought, well, Rambo took care of it. Well, if we start having movies where someone's taking care of the environment, maybe people will start getting lazy in that respect too, and saying, oh, someone else is taking care of it, so it's nothing to do with me. It's consumer-based. It's consumer-driven. It's up to the individual. So sometimes TV can be damaging, making people think that, well, it's all taken care of. Well, it's not all taken care of. We've got a long, long way to go. The CFCs that we release now, one molecule of CFC destroys 100,000 molecules of ozone. And it takes 15 years to get there. So we've got to stop the production of that stuff very quickly. It has to be now.
For my final question, what is on your schedule? What would you like to do more? I mean, this merger was one thing. What else do you think you'll be doing in the next few years to try and help the environment?
Well, it's sort of environmental and it's also social. Quite a lot of the environmental waste that goes on is people throwing perfectly good items away to buy brand new stuff. Well, you buy brand new stuff, it's the packaging and everything else. I would like to somehow promote the fix-it industry, teaching people that they shouldn't be ashamed of knowing how things work and how to fix them. I think comedy actually has had a lot to do with that. Every time you saw a fix-it man or a serviceman come into a comedy sketch or a movie in the last 15, 20 years, he's an idiot. Well, they're not idiots. The reason that we can be on TV is because someone built the camera. The reason we can go to Yale is because someone stokes the furnace every morning. We can't shuffle papers over non-existent products. I would like to find a way to show people, and kids especially, how things work, what pride you can take in making and fixing things, and how that then graduates to the bedrock of a civilization. So that's something I'm mulling over and looking into.
I appreciate the time you spent with us today, and good luck.
Sure, Barry. Thank you.
Thanks again.
Okay. Bye-bye.